If you've ever wondered how a player can make their opponents look like mere spectators, you're in the right place, because we're about to go deeply into the 10 can't believe your eyes moments that should be made illegal. On number 1, we have nutmeg, where a player passes the ball through an opponent's legs and quickly receives it on the other side, which is surely enough to embarrass the opponent. Nutmegs are all about close ball control, timing, and the ability to read the defender's movement. To perform a nutmeg, the player has to get close to the defender and make sure that they are focused on the ball. Then, using their foot, they have to roll the ball between the defender's legs and quickly move past the defender and receive the ball on the other side. One of the most iconic nutmeg moments in football history, featuring Lionel Messi, occurred during the UEFA Champions League match between Barcelona and Manchester City in 2015, when Messi received the ball and quickly slipped the ball between Milner's legs. Even Pep Guardiola, who was managing Bayern Munich at the time, was left in awe of Messi's nutmeg. He was caught on camera covering his face in disbelief after the move. Another famous example of this skill was seen when Luis Suarez nutmegs David Luiz twice. He was able to deceive Luiz twice with simple moves and then execute the nutmegs with perfect precision. The moves were so impressive that they went viral on social media and were praised by everyone. Secondly, dribbling is a fundamental skill that allows a player to maintain control of the ball while navigating past opponents. The player does this by manipulating the ball with the feet to navigate around opponents, change direction, and maintain possession. So when you're dribbling, you want to keep the ball close to your feet. Use both the inside and outside of your foot to gently tap the ball as you move, and make sure you've got good balance and coordination. You don't want to trip over the ball or give it away to the other team. Maradona, Messi, Garrincha, and Ronaldo are known to be the best dribblers of all time. Dribbling itself has many techniques, like Ronaldo chop, which is a dribbling move in football named after the legendary Portuguese forward Cristiano Ronaldo. This skill move is used by players to quickly change direction and escape from defenders with a sharp, often unexpected, and deceptive movement. Third, we have stepover, which is also sort of a dribbling move that is used to fool a defensive player into thinking the offensive player, who has the ball, is going to move in a direction they do not intend to move in. Stepovers are most effective in one-on-one situations or when a player is trying to beat a defender while staying in control of the ball. They are often used by wingers and forwards when they are isolated against a fullback or central defender. The stepover was popularized in the mid-1990s by Brazilian footballer and global superstar Ronaldo. Nowadays, the technique is in widespread use by attacking players all over the world, such as Cristiano Ronaldo, and of course, the king of tricks, Neymar. The rainbow flick is the 4th skill on our list that is too good that make the opponents say that it should be made illegal, as it's a trick in which a player steps to the side of the ball and flicks it upwards. The player uses one foot to roll up the ball on the other leg, often on the calf. Then, using the leg, they flick the ball over the head of the opposite player. As you can see, the trajectory of the ball follows the pattern of the rainbow. That's why it's called a rainbow flick. Neymar is widely considered to be the best rainbow flick taker in the world. He has performed the skill on numerous occasions, and he has even scored goals with it. While the rainbow flick is an impressive skill, it's important to note that it can be challenging to execute correctly, and it's not always the best choice in every situation. The success of the move depends on the skill and timing of the player using it, as well as the opponent's reaction. So if you plan on using it in your match, then make sure you're an expert and know when to use it. Otherwise, you'll end up embarrassing yourself, which is the last thing you might want. Also known as a flip-flap or little snake, elastico is our list number 5 that must be illegal. It's a skill where a player quickly flicks a ball to one side and then immediately flicks it in the opposite direction to deceive their opponent and change the ball's direction. The elastico can be used to create space for the player or to beat a defender. It is a very effective move when done correctly, but it can also be risky if the player is not careful. If the player takes too long to do the elastico, the defender may have time to recover and steal the ball. In recent years, this move has been popularized by Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo. Next up, we have rabona, which is a technique of kicking the ball where the kicking leg is crossed behind the back of the standing leg. This move is often used by players who might find themselves in situations where they need to make a pass, a shot, or a cross and can't really use their strong foot because the ball is too close to their weak foot. It has been used by famous players like Diego Maradona, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Eric Lamela, among others. If you master this skill, you'll be able to have control over your opponent by tricking them and might even be able to impress many people. Plus, you'll be able to get more hold of the ball. On 7th, we have the pullback V, which is a dribbling move in football where a player uses the sole of their foot to drag or pull the ball back in one direction, and then quickly changes direction by pushing the ball with the inside of the same foot in the opposite direction. It's a useful skill for evading defenders and changing the direction of play while maintaining close control of the ball. The V shape in the name refers to the path of the ball during this move, resembling the letter V. Fans and fellow players admire those who can use these techniques effectively, and they often become iconic moments in football matches. Next, we have the roulette turn, which is also known as the Marseille turn or Zidane turn, as it has been popularized by French footballer Zidane. It's a football skill in which the player dribbles the ball around the opponent in a 360-degree turn, and is considered a very effective skill for beating an opponent, but it can be difficult to perform. The key to performing a skillful roulette turn is to be quick and decisive. The player must also be aware of the opponent's body positioning and try to anticipate their movements. If the player is too slow or hesitant, the opponent will have time to close their legs and block the turn. Next, we have Berba Spin, which is a move named after the former Bulgarian footballer Dimitar Berbatov, who is known for using it effectively. It's a skill move that allows a player to quickly change direction while maintaining control of the ball. The key to the Berba Spin is the element of surprise and the fluidity of the move. When performed correctly, it can leave defenders off balance and create space for the player to advance or pass the ball. So it's a skill move that requires excellent ball control, quick footwork, and a good sense of timing. As we said earlier, Dimitar Berbatov was known for his graceful and composed style of play, and the Berba Spin became one of his signature moves. It's since become a part of football culture and is admired for its aesthetic appeal and effectiveness in one-on-one situations. Lastly, we have no-look pass, which is exactly what it sounds like. So it's a pass that is made without looking at the intended target. This can be done with either foot, but it is most commonly done with the dominant foot. Once a player has identified their target, they take a step back and line up their body, then look at the target for a brief moment to get their bearings. Finally, they turn their head away from the target and make the pass. No-look passes can be very effective for surprising the opposition and creating scoring opportunities. But if the player has no coordination or understanding with other team members, then it can be a dangerous move.